essentially what they've said is, even if you, the Congress, try to enforce your subpoenas against the executive branch members, that the President of the United States is going to order the Attorney General to order the U.S. attorneys not to enforce the subpoenas. This is a remarkable statement by an administration.
It's so reminiscent. You know the Saturday Night Massacre, right? The whole story about how they asked him to fire the special prosecutor, and he wouldn't do it. And so they kept on going until they found some flunky inside the government who would fire the special prosecutor investigating Richard Nixon. And that guy's name was Robert Bork. And for that, he was a nominee to the Supreme Court. What kind of politics is this?
Randy, I have to interrupt you. It is clear that you are the most powerful person in the United States of America.
Oh, we broke
because my staff tells me that because of your listeners, we have now gone over 200,000 signatures on WexlerWantsHearings.com. And Randy...
Well, remember the day you talked to me, just don't let this be lost on you because I live in your district. Okay.
But, Randy, as good as you are, your producer, Eric, is the finest producer in the country. He's one of the kindest people I've ever met.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He absolutely is. He's a gem. And Miss Hipple as well. And I only have 3 people working on this big national show, and they are so amazing. And, of course, they do the jobs of 7 men and make 7 times less because that's the kind of boss I am. But, yeah, I want to keep them hungry and wanting it. But no, seriously, I have a great staff, just like you do. But they're fabulous, and I don't know why you won't let me say hi to Josh, but I love him too.
Me too.
Yeah, but remember the day that we launched this, you were so excited because you had 3,000. You said, "Oh, it's going crazy up here." By the end of that,
new thing for us.
Yeah, well, by the end of the day, you had 181,000 signatures.
We originally had a goal of 50,000 people, and then when, as you say, we saw this enormous swell of support and interest. And I think this makes an impact in Congress because it's not as important as the outside groups are, and they're very effective. Here it was being done from the inside, in effect, and a lot of members of Congress, like me, are not the most technical in terms of computer information and knowledge. And when they see people taking this kind of an interest on what in effect is a congressional effort, I think it actually makes them rethink what they may have thought previously, which is that impeachment hearings was not the appropriate way to go. So I hope we'll be successful.
I do too. Oh, I know you will be. I'm counting on it. But I will continue to help you with your members there on the Judiciary Committee. But
thank you.
I will. But listen. Here's a little factoid for you. This is why I wanted to get over like 200,000, because I wanted to be able to make the claim and be correct that more people want Cheney impeached than voted for Mike Huckabee in Michigan, or more people want Cheney impeached versus the number of people who voted for Rudy Giuliani. 8-1 the number is.
Has anybody voted for Rudy Giuliani yet? I didn't know anyone had.
He reminds me of American Idol, except he's going to skip the audition, the whole thing. And he only knows one song, September 11. If they ask him, can you do something else, the answer is no, I can't.
Right.
Ronald Reagan, he could do, I guess. But anyway, okay, WexlerWantsHearings.com. We have 200,597 signatures as of this exact moment in time.
Yes.
I'm watching it too. Well, I love that you're doing this. I will help you every day, every way, just like you're going to be on the floor and working your members and colleagues. Oh, can I just ask you one more question?
Of course.
What is exact? I mean, you may think this is a deteriorating conversation, and if so, just say so. But what is wrong with John Boehner? I mean, did he really tell Steny Hoyer that as soon as the press conference was over, he was going to flip him the bird?
I'm not aware of that.
So you really don't know if that's true? Because I think he's drunk all the time. You know that. I always have to mention that to you.
No, well, you're beyond my knowledge. But, as Republican leaders...
He kills me, man. You should put him on the floor as much as you can. He is the best case we can make against Republican rule. He is. He's an
you know better than I.
Well, listen, you have Republicans crying all over the place. Boehner cries all the time. Bush cries all the time. I loved him in Israel. I got to tell you, it was a good shot of him. It was, with the girl that sang somewhere over the rainbow. He almost seemed human there. He really did. I got to tell you, and they were mocking him, and I thought that was a very good, a piece of video of Bush, quite frankly. Right. But truly, I mean, Boehner has been crying. Heather Wilson cries over Janet Jackson's boob. I mean, everybody cries. The only place that, there's no crying allowed, apparently, is on the presidential campaign trail. I don't get the, justification for that. But are you endorsing anybody yet?
For president, yes.
Cool.
I'm supporting Barack Obama.
You're
I believe
kidding.
very deeply that
Wow.
he's a transformational figure in American politics.
Wow. Every Congress member I've talked to is supporting Barack Obama. It's really interesting.
Well, I think there's a lot of support for Hillary Clinton as well, of course, on the Democratic side, and I respect both of them. But for me,
I don't know. George Miller, has endorsed Barack too.
He has. Adam Schiff in California did as well. And a couple of senators have come out for Senator Obama.
Yeah,
and the governor of Arizona. Did. He's
Janet
got
Napolitano's got female governors in very important states.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I think a lot of Democrats find attractive about Barack Obama's whole energy is that his objective, which is mine, is to bring more and more people to unify behind a progressive agenda. And his whole perspective is not, let's beat them at the old game with the old equation. His goal, and it's an ambitious one, is to win by bringing more people being persuaded that a progressive agenda is what is best for America. And he's got the personality, he's got the temperament, the judgment, and I think the experience as well to accomplish that. And I think a lot of people find that quite inspiring.
They do, and I'll tell you what's very persuasive to me, in like who the Republicans would rather run against. Karl Rove's out there just absolutely trashing Hillary to the point where I'm so confused if he's terrified of a Barack Obama presidency or a run, or if he's more terrified against Hillary. I just don't even know what to think of him.
Well, I think we're going to have a Democratic president.
Oh, I do too.
I think the three Democratic frontrunners, Barack and Hillary and John Edwards, are all far better than any of the Republicans. But for me, Barack Obama is the best of our choice. The best, I would say, of a terrific group of candidates. And I'm very excited about the prospect in Nevada and South Carolina, and then on to Florida and beyond.
Well, we'll talk about Florida next time, but thank you very much. We're up to 200,622 right now at WexlerWantsHearings.com. Incredible.
Thank you so much, Randy.
I love you, Congressman Wexler. Thank you.
Feelings mutual.
Thank you. That's my congressman. That's my congressman. See, at least I do what I tell you to do. I tell you, work on your congressman. You only have one. Persuade your congressman. That's what I've done. He's easy, though, because he's smart, and he cares, and he is absolutely present. Do you know? I mean, he's active. He's present. He doesn't just sit there and say, vote for me because I'm unopposed, because he is opposed. He's absolutely opposed. But he's wonderful. I love him. WexlerWantsHearings.com. Go sign up. 52 after.
The Randi Rhodes Show. More fun than pointing out the size of Ann Coulter's Adam's apple to your friends.
It's a man, baby.
This is Air America Radio.